The story comes to us from WDRB.com. An officer with the Shepherdsville, Kentucky Police Department resigned Monday, days after he was arrested for driving drunk and leaving the scene of a crash. Now, I want you to hear what his police chief says. But we go on. According to a statement by Shepherdsville Police Chief Rick McCubbin, 40-year-old Sergeant Christopher Cowan made the decision Monday morning to resign. Now, Chief McCubbin says in a statement, "I met with Sergeant Chris Cowan this morning regarding the incident over the weekend in Corbin, Kentucky. Sergeant Cowan resigned effective immediately." Listen to this. "His candor was professional and he chose to make the ethical, conscionable, and correct decision. I appreciate his years of service and I wish him all the best. He's such a professional, Sergeant." He says his candor was professional and he chose to make the ethical, conscionable, and correct decision. I bet, was that including when he was DUI and crashed his car? Was that including that? Let me tell you something, Chief. That's not his first barbecue. He just happened to crash and get caught. He says, "I appreciate his years of service and wish him all the best," because he's a great cop. He's just made a bad choice. It's not the first bad choice he's made, Chief.
A Shepherdsville police sergeant has resigned after being arrested for allegedly leaving the scene of a DUI crash over the weekend. According to an arrest citation, Sergeant Chris Cowan was driving his truck in the parking lot of the Corbin, Kentucky arena. A Corbin firefighter reported seeing Cowan hit a car and then drive away.
Now, officers with the Corbin Fire Department were at the Corbin Speedway when they say they saw a black truck run a red light near the intersection of Arena Drive and Cumberland Falls Highway. According to court documents, the truck was traveling at a high rate of speed. So there was a fire department there, or officers with the fire department were at the Speedway watching this. So there were witnesses. Now, a short time later, a firefighter saw the same truck back into a parked vehicle in the arena parking lot and leave the scene, according to the arrest report. The firefighter was able to get a description of the truck, a black Ram 1500 with a black and red Louisville registration plate. And an officer with the Corbin Police Department found the truck in a nearby parking lot, and according to court documents, the driver was 40-year-old Christopher Cowan. Now, according to this, when the Corbin officer arrived on scene, he allegedly found Cowan outside the truck, yelling and kicking it. Police say Cowan was having trouble standing up, smelled of alcohol, they mean an alcoholic beverage, and slurred speech, bloodshot, glassy eyes. When asked, he allegedly confessed to being the driver. Well, he's out there kicking the truck. Of course, he's going to say, "Yeah, I'm the driver. What's up?" While he was talking, he started walking to his truck and said he was going to get his gun. Cowan was arrested and charged with second-degree disorderly conduct, first-degree operating a motor vehicle while under the influence of alcohol, and leaving the scene of an accident. McCubbin said he was disheartened when he heard the news. "I was disheartened because he's a professional cop. I appreciate his service. His candor is professional. I'm disheartened."
Cowan was later arrested and charged with operating a car under the influence and leaving the scene of an accident. The Shepherdsville Police Chief Rick McCubbin says Cowan resigned effective immediately.
This isn't the first time he's been on the other side of the bars. In 2014, listen to this, he was charged with domestic violence after he was accused of hitting his girlfriend with his car. He worked for Louisville Metro Police Department then. Surprise, surprise, surprise. You mean somebody from Louisville Metro Police Department got into a domestic violent incident and hit his girlfriend with his car? And now DUI crash in Shelbyville, or Corbin, right? He worked for Shelbyville. Department said he didn't resign from there until 2017, so it took 3 years to get him to resign. McCubbin said he was in good standing at that time. Good standing, hit his girlfriend with a car. He's a cop. Good standing meaning he wasn't DUI. He got out of the car and he could stand up. There's no second chances with law enforcement officers. I hate to say that, but it seems like, I mean, how many stories do I do a week? But these cops, 2011, this happened. 2013, this happened. 2015, this happened. And now recently, in 2021, this same officer was... You know what I mean?